Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. It is brand new week, and it promises to be a very interesting one. We're going to be talking about quite a number of things. Sorry that we started a little late. There were quite a number of things that we needed to sort out, but we couldn't just leave you hanging. We're right here on Boomba. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. My name is Dolupo, and we're going to be talking about there are quite a number of updates today, starting from Rivers State. The APC and the PDP have some issues. Also, it looks like the defection is coming from the APC now, because there were quite a number of defections from the PDP to the APC a couple of weeks ago. It was quite rampant. Now, looks like it's the APC that has suffered some loss, as a founding member has left. You were wondering, why would a founding member leave? But it is what it is. There is freedom of association, if that's what they call that. Freedom of association, yeah. So that is that. Also, federal government has approved some monies right here. Also, and quite a number of things as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. My name is Dolupo, like I said, and with me in the studio is Salah Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the bar.
Okay, so Salah Rogers, please could you help us with a bit of updates coming from Rivers State, basically. What are the there are quite a number of things coming from the issue with Rivers State. First, we saw over the weekend there was an invitation that was posted on social media that was addressed to the speaker, at least we can now say the speaker of the Rivers State Assembly. An invitation. This was an invitation inviting the House of Assembly members to the governor's house, which was supposed to hold today. Looks like there's quite a number of things. And the sitting today, some people have been issued an arrest warrant and, back and forth. But let's start from the invitation, because there's been a lot of back and forth. A few people have complained and said the SSG cannot write to the House of Assembly members and asking them to come to the governor's house, and also that even the governor himself, I've seen another school of thought that said even the governor himself cannot officially invite House of Assembly members, that if he wants to see them, he should ask for an audience and he should go to the house. So that's been, a bit of back and forth on that. What's your take on that?
It's politics at its finest. There's stuff that we all saw coming. Nobody that has been following Nigerian politics will say you didn't expect things to pan out a certain way. It could have gone this way or that way, and it's gone that way or this way. So the thing is, it's still politics playing out. But politicians who understand the rule of law, who understand the Constitution, would always come out tops, no matter what happens. No matter what sentiments you hold or feel against them or for them, they will always come at tops. So the House of Assembly had been at loggerheads with Governor Fubara, and there was a time when the governor tried to help them upgrade the House of Assembly by demolishing it and trying to rebuild it. Some people said that was a political move to stop them from meeting.
Even the Supreme Court actually alluded to the fact that even that alone was wrong.
Yeah, so if you know all of that, you'll now understand why it's a sad situation for the governor. Where he is now is not in a great place, because he had been at loggerheads with the assembly as far as saying that they do not exist. They had left the party, which means they had lost their positions, and he had been working with 3 assembly members. It had started earlier when he tried to support someone else as speaker, and that backfired sadly. And I thought he would have learned immediately at that time that he didn't have the numbers to do what he wanted to do in the house. And that person ended up becoming an appointee of the governor. He left the house completely. Then there were 3, And here we are now. You're now forced to interface with these guys. If I was him, I would just be very humble about it. Look, guys, we were friends, then we had issues, and now we don't have a choice.
Well, he said a lot of horrible things about these people. Remember the one that I helped them pay their children's school fees?
Exactly.
I did. Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that after all said and done, you're back at square one. So if I was this PR person, I'll be playing up the angle of governance. That, look, guys, we're done with politics. It's been almost 2 years of back and forth. You guys are in charge as assembly. I'm in charge as governor. You cannot succeed. He is in charge as governor. That's a fact. You cannot succeed without me, and I cannot succeed without you. So let us put our differences aside and work for the good of the people. And in saying that, he should put his pride aside completely.
Can I ask something? Does it really? And this is just an observation, or according to Nigerian laws, do they really need him to function?
Okay, can they do anything that is executive? For instance, their constituency development projects, where's the funding going to come from? Can they appropriate without the executive endorsing and signing it? Can they pass laws if the governor does not sign it into law?
Yeah, they did. A couple of them. And
how did that work?
Then there was there was drama. Now it's obvious that they did, and those laws are standing. So
again, how long did it take? Almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to pass 2 or 3 laws in 4 years, would you say you have succeeded as an assembly?
I'm just saying that at this point, the way it looks, he needs them more than they need him.
They need each other. Regardless of how this might look, they need each other.
He could be removed. He can't remove them.
Have these guys been getting their pay? Have they been getting their salary?
Yeah, but now whether he likes it or not, they're going to get it.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They need each other still. So in an acrimonious situation, they will both be at loggerheads, and the people of Rivers State will suffer.
Oh, that one, definitely.
And we don't want that. So I'm saying that at this point, let everybody put, at least for the next 1.5 years before campaign starts officially, let everybody put their pride aside now. Person will win, person will lose. We don't hear. Can we now talk governance?
But I'm sorry. I also, after all what Governor Fubara had put these people through, and with the kind of things that he has gone on to do and the unbelievable things he has gone on to do with a 3-member assembly, isn't he impeachable? Don't they think, would it be out of place to say, you know what, we can't work with this person, there's too much illegality around this and he needs to be taken out?
There is that possibility of you saying you want to use the law to impeach him. But if you do that, you must also consider the political implications for yourselves as an assembly, for the state, especially if you understand the makeup and the structure of Rivers State. Rivers State is multi-ethnic in a way, and the governor comes from a certain part of Rivers State that has never really or have not had such powers in recent times. So a lot of people are not even thinking along political lines. They are thinking along ethnic lines. You don't want that. You don't want all of that. The president might think he has a Wike in his corner, but you know you can have Wike and Fubara in your corner at the same time. So what I'm trying to say is that when you look at the political exigencies and everything in Rivers State, we must tread with caution. We cannot allow this to degenerate. People should be guided by the law, and the law has said that the speaker is the speaker. These assembly members are. But now, the governor also should put his pride aside and not act like, I am forced to work with.
So isn't this even increasing more illegality? Why I said so is, so apparently, the governor is the one that is supposed to address the speaker himself, not through his SSG, which is what now the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Right Honorable Martin Amaloe, has now said after the what's he called? After the first, the letter that was sent. And are you saying that a governor of how many years does not know the protocol of how things are done. At this point, it seems like the governor is still continuing in this. Like you said, there's still a tinge of pride in this matter, and with the way, especially with what the Supreme Court had come out to say, you are the ones that literally offended these people. I don't think they are the ones that deserve to come to the government house. Ask for an audience, and then you will call. Remember that there was a 48 hour deadline that he did not meet already. So it's almost like as if you're indicting yourself the more. Like you said, it seemed like there's still a bit of pride in this matter. Uncle, if you are not careful, they are going to remove you like Jiga and nothing is going to happen.
Again, I'm looking at a political solution that would augur well for the people of Rivers State. If you're not careful, you will find that under Wike, people were hailing them as, oh, this state has really moved in leaps and bounds, especially in the area of infrastructural development. And you would have thought that someone that was personally selected by Wike from his own government, because Fubara was part of Wike's government, that he would take it to the next level. You look at what's happening in Kaduna, Ubasan is taking it to the next level. These are facts. That's
regardless of whatever it is going on with them.
Regardless of the politics you get. So that's what you expect from a Fubara. And if it's going to be
that's actually interesting to think that whatever drama is happening with them it's kind of not affecting the governance.
That's what we're saying. So if you're going to take that very serious, you would want a Fubara to really concentrate more and reduce the politics. And the only way, of course, politics and governance go side by side, but the only way to get better at it, to make it happen, is for them to meet in the middle, physically beyond anything. Now, Fubara, more or less, let's not go to the past. It can't go to the assembly. Maybe there's no physical structure or whatever.
There's somewhere there they are meeting now.
Yeah, wherever they agree as the meeting place. Yeah, that's one.
The minute there's a flip side, there's no way that they cannot meet.
The House of Assembly would not go to his house just like that.
Yeah.
So meet somewhere neutral. In fact, people don't understand. The way I understand governance is you do some informal discussions first. A lot of things that happen in politics, before you see people come out to make announcements, they would have done some informal meetings somewhere. Everybody has more or less agreed, okay, well, let's do it like this. Let's do it like that. So most times,
at this point, does he even have the goodwill to do those things with those people right now?
No, the question is, does he have a choice not to do it?
I would have even thought that instead of writing a letter to them, the letter should contain there's definitely somewhere they're meeting, and
those letters have to be written
according to Nigerian law. According to Nigerian law, wherever the mace is, it's basically where they can sit, and they can have plenary. So it's where we have, say, assembly complex. It's just a building. The minute there's a mace in a room, anything can happen. I would have thought that letter would have meant, according to the excuse that he said, that they did not quickly get the 48-hour thing, because at least for them to have written to him and said that then he should come and appear in 48 hours, it means that there's somewhere that they're meeting. What I would have thought that Governor Fubara would have done right now was send a letter to them. I didn't see this. Okay, can you give me another suitable time to come to the house? Even if they're going to come, he's going to come to the house and there's not going to be media, it's going to be a closed session and all that. Jonas, the first thing I would have thought he would have done was want to at least come and meet these people, not say, come and meet, there's a meeting and you're this, you are saying that you want, part of the letter says that you want to have a meeting about their outstanding allowances. You don't need a meeting for it. Pay them what you withheld for 2 years. Abi, let's start from there. Pay them what you owe them. Then they will now move on. Do you need a meeting for those things?
You actually do, because it's some kind of reconciliation. You need to know what their expectations are also beyond what it is. And it's another way of, breaking the ice. So I feel that the meeting that Governor Fubara has called for is very important. But what they need now is some level of politicking. to get back on track. If I was him, these are people that you used to be very close to. Governor Fuwara used to work with them. So there will be channels that they can still explore to communicate and say, guys, once again, can we put politics aside?
After almost 2 years?
Yes. So are they just going to keep fighting until their tenures run out?
I don't think that they'll be fighting. It looks like I just think that it doesn't. I don't. Maybe I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom.
You want violence.
I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom, but it does not look like.
Does not look like what now?
Governor Fubara has a lot of time as a governor anymore. That's just what I think, though. But we'll see where all that drama is going to go. Anyways, since we're talking politics, let's go. And then, in fact, I remember you had talked about, you had said something about Kaduna State. So let's go all the way to Kaduna State, where the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has now announced his resignation from the APC and defected and he has moved to the Social Democratic Party, SDP. And I know it's news. Everybody's going on about the fact that, it's news, but I'm not sure it should surprise anybody. Or more like, I'm not sure the APC should have felt that, I'm not sure APC would have still felt that he was part of their party. And speaking of the APC, I think I saw a report. I was going to add this to it. I think there's still quite a bit of news from River State, actually, because I remember the APC chairman in River State that said that they're giving Governor Fubara a 48-hour window to resign or he's going to get impeached. Quite interesting why the APC is interested in assembly matters that they're not
didn't they
majority.
Say these people are PDP members?
Exactly, like they're not majority. You don't have. I don't even think is there supposed to be an APC member in that assembly? I'm not sure. So how is the APC chairman so sure that the governor is going to face impeachment? It's just a random question that I'm asking. Also, I remember speaking of people that they have given ultimatums, the assembly has now also issued an arrest warrant for the electoral commission chairman. He was given 72 hours to appear. He too also did not appear. And I'm wondering, the governor might have quite a number of powers. What were you thinking as electoral chairman, which, if I'm correct, is the same assembly that can actually sack him, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say that is eating your head or is eating in your brain? Or what's the color of your problem that you would not answer the assembly? Because at this point, I'm shocked.
So a lot of people might not understand it, but the thing there is that the structure of governance only works well when you are all on the same page.
Yeah.
Everything has been put in a way that there will be checks and balances. And this is what you're seeing now, especially when these friends are falling out in River State and all of this is happening. Virtually everything the governor has done, except the few things that he might be allowed under the law to sign an executive order for. Virtually everything he has done required the approval of the House, the screening of the people that he appointed by the House.
Yeah.
If they don't have that, their appointments are null and void.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Now, how can someone whose appointment is not vetted by the House, approved by the House, conduct elections and the elections stand? It's not possible.
It's not possible, yeah.
So it's a ripple effect. And it is time for him to quickly
Because I'm like,
beat a retreat.
Are you joking? What do you think
He has to beat a retreat.
I'm like, okay, what powers do you think you have? What are
He
you
has to
doing?
beat a retreat. Every appointment that people have there, let them just know that they were allowed because there was a court case that was ongoing. These cases have been settled. You're out until you go back to those same people for approval.
Exactly.
And those are the things that you should be discussing at this meeting that they are having. That, okay, guys, these are my list of people. This is what I want to do. I'm saying it that these things are important. And that's why you need a political solution to it.
Like I said, why I think that there's a need for a resolution quickly is In fact, it doesn't have to be a resolution. You either resolve this thing quietly, like yesterday, because a lot of time has gone, or if the assembly wants to impeach the governor, start the proceedings now, and let's know. Let's move forward. If you want to really remove him quickly, and let's move on, and let's know what next. Or if you're going to settle with him quickly. All this back and forth is not helping anybody.
Yeah, so these are the real issues, and we'll keep you guys posted on this. It's something that we pray.
Oh, it's definitely ongoing.
Does not degenerate.
Okay, so according to Nasir El-Rufai, he said that at this point in my political journey, I've come to the conclusion that I must seek another political platform for the pursuit of progressive values I cherish. I have now decided to join the Social Democratic Party. I think it's safe to say that former Governor El-Rufai just wanted this as a proper announcement, yeah?
Yeah, because if you do not resign from a party, it is assumed that you are still a member of
what I mean is that this is just formality, yeah? I'm sure that everybody knew that he was no longer a member of APC.
But I didn't know. I didn't know. He's always been a founding father.
He's a founding member of the APC, but people move.
Founder. Founding member. Yeah.
So but the honest truth is that we've been seeing a lot of he's criticized the government a lot. In fact, there's been a lot of back and forth. I think there were some accusations, was it a week or two ago, saying that it was the president that did not want him. Interesting news how I saw a tweet once that when people want to start willing, that they go to a particular TV station where they are not in the good books of the government. The next thing is, once you see them in that station, you just know for a fact. Anyway, apparently, I think I saw another one that it looks like I think someone had tweeted that Tinubu had made the likes of Atiku and El-Rufai student union members. Like, what is wrong with you people? Anyway, so like I said, I think that this is just formality, because anybody that is on social media, that is in the media space, or has like an idea, would have known that this man was already going. It was already gone.
It's the worst kept secret in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was the SDP that they had chosen, as their vehicle. Every time Nigerians are at a point that they elect a government, immediately that person has been elected, there is a group of people who come together and are already planning your downfall from within and outside. It's a standard thing in Nigeria. And what they do is that they try to hijack or take over the current vehicle, and when it's hard, they go and create or buy theirs or Kolobi, as the case may be. And it's good that they don't even need to go and register a new party. The SDP already is in existence. It's not the same SDP as the one we had many
So I saw the former
ago.
Presidential candidate SDP welcome El-Rufai. So is he still going to be presidential candidate?
It's up to him now. We'll find out now. Didn't the Labour Party have a presidential candidate or candidates before Peter Obi joined them 2 years ago?
But I like what's happening right now, because like I said in my intro, there were quite a number of movements from PDP, NNPP, if the SDP, and a lot of parties into the APC. And now we're seeing the the APC. There's quite a number of people. I think Sola was sacked, or it was removed from the APC. El-Rufai is leaving the APC, and I think that I like what's happening now. But the truth is that 2027 is still a long time, so you never know what's gonna happen. But I like the fact that everybody's arranging themselves now, so we know what exactly where everybody stands. I think it's good for everybody. Quickly start doing the job now.
They have their plan already sorted out. A few hours ago, some statements were accredited to the PDP presidential candidate Abubakar Atiku HE, where he was saying that he has created, a movement, a group, and all of that. So what it is that what I was trying to say earlier is that every time someone becomes the president, people start planning how to, get him out or whatever, or how. But as the case is, they would always want to create what now became a third force. They'll say it's a third force because this party and that party are in charge or are the biggest party, so we need to create another one. And that's what a lot of people have tried and failed several times until the last elections when Peter Obi, the smart thing now, if you look back, it was a smart thing to pull out of PDP and join Labour Party. And there was a groundswell of support for him. And of course, he became this very, very popular Nigerian politician now. Is one of the most vocal opposition leaders out there, whether you like him or not. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Now, what it is that everybody is saying that Atiku and Obi should work together like they did about 6 years ago. That if they do that, since they were able to poll about 12 million votes if you had their votes together, and Tinubu got 8.7.
They might defeat.
That they would be able to defeat Tinubu. But there are a lot of things that they are not considering that has changed between that time and now. For them, they won't see it like that though. So will Peter Obi drop his own personal? Because the truth is, nobody can get Alhaji Atiku to drop his presidential ambition. Nobody. So if it was going to happen, maybe they would have even crossed to the Labour Party. They've had meetings with Peter Obi. We've not heard the results of these meetings. But if it was going to happen, So last week, you will see it. Jendor, who is from a particular part of the PDP, said he was leaving and that he would not tell people where he was going. Was he going back to the APC? No. Everybody knew that Jendor was going to SDP. But I'm waiting for it. We will see. And I can be wrong.
Okay, he's going to the SDP too. Oh, interesting.
But we'll find out. Maybe I'm just being too forward. Or I'm just over-calculating. This last statement is a pure figment of my imagination. So I own that. So, but imagine if Jendor ends up in SDP. Because he now positions himself as a potential gubernatorial candidate for the new Atiku movement in the SDP.
In the SDP in Lagos,
Now, a lot of people forget that Atiku and Tinubu are from the same political structure.
Okay. But
you get the PDM movement and all of that. And Atiku went to the PDP, Tinubu went to AD. They kept their structures, they have their people. So some moved with Atiku, some stayed with Tinubu. But when Atiku was having problems in the PDP, he went to Tinubu. Remember, everybody knows this for a fact.
Yeah.
So he also has structures across Nigeria. And those are things that he's reactivating. Now, but what they have also done is that you can never get to that level that Tinubu got to, just like Buhari did, just like Jonathan did, without acquiring some enemies, knowingly or unknowingly.
Yeah.
For instance, you talked about the former governor of the state of Osun, which has now been renamed Osun State, whom it was obvious is at loggerheads with Bola Tinubu.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's as clear as day. And there were rumors of anti-party activities during the last gubernatorial elections in Osun State.
That was one of the reasons why the APC ejected him from the party. And again,
people forget that man also has a strong influence in a certain part of the largest voting bloc in Lagos.
In Lagos, yeah.
So that's why it's important to Atiku's movement. They are expecting him to pull off something for them in Lagos. But they're not resting on that. In Ekiti, the former governor, Emmy, has been hobnobbing with them. He's been in their videos and their pictures. Of course, so they're expecting someone like him to pull one or two stunts for them in Ekiti. And El-Rufai, of course, is the head honcho, the main man in Kaduna on paper. However, if you take a look at it, all those places and all those people could not have done more than what they did during the last
elections, yeah.
For instance, Tinubu did not win in Osun State.
He didn't win in Osun State.
And that's where Aregbesola holds sway.
He didn't win in Kaduna State.
In Lagos, he did not win.
He didn't win in Lagos. He didn't win in Kaduna State.
It still doesn't make any difference to him now. Now, in Kaduna, except someone like Buhari joins this SDP movement, if Kaduna goes again to polls, based on the new strides that they've made in southern Kaduna that did not support the APC before, so it was more of them getting the central and northern Kaduna votes. If this happens again, and with the giant strides that Ubasani has made, El-Rufai's defection might not have any major effect in Kaduna, in my opinion. But across board, it doesn't stop the politicians from pulling all their resources together.
Because I also think that take for example,
they need to go and get Rotimi Amechi too.
Atiku has not announced that he's moving to the SDP, but if he is, I think that.
But he has. He just didn't say SDP. He told you that he has set up something new.
Oh, he has?
There's a statement now.
Oh, okay. So if he has left to the PDP, and I know that hate or love the PDP, and I know a lot of people will say that the structure is crumbling and all that. I don't think that any day, anytime, PDP will still give someone like an APC a run for their money. And why I said so is, I don't think the structure, and I think that was what someone like an Atiku also enjoyed.
So,
the structure that the core PDP, there's no states you go to. There is still the grassroots PDP, do you understand? And all that, which I think that was what also helped someone like an Atiku for a long. If you now get out of that structure, I think that is going to be more difficult.
So maybe, I need to say you're on the money on this one, because I saw these headlines, especially Daily Trust and a couple of people saying, I am building a strong coalition to challenge APC. Atiku.
Okay.
A few hours after now, we're saying, I remain a bona fide or bona fide member of the PDP. Atiku. Do you understand?
Anybody can be bona fide member now. It's a Wike is a bona fide member. Let's not. Do you understand? I'm just saying that if you want to think, if you also think that your structure is, if you have so much, in your structure, keep in mind that there is a PDP structure, and anybody can, you can debunk it. But there is no state I've ever been to, from as little as ward, there are always people, there's always a PDP structure. The way you will find APC structure. Every week, there are people that meet every week and, very, very devoted people to that party. And there's nothing you can do about it. If you don't, are you going to get everybody to move with you like that?
It's possible now.
Everybody. Okay.
You don't know the amount of clout that
Anyway, talking about PDP, interesting news, which the Lagos PDP has said that they had a meeting where all PDP factions are said to have ended their feuds, numerous feuds, and they are vowing to defeat APC in 2027.
That's a fantastic piece of news coming from the opposition, which is a fantastic thing. Nigeria always needs, a vibrant opposition party. If this is true, if they have really buried the hatchet and they are ready to work together.
If they've buried the hatchets, remember that the governorship candidate, which sadly, I think that at this point, probably, I'm sorry, if we look at the numbers of last elections, I think the governorship candidate did not do well for the PDP. I don't think he brought.
Lagos, are you talking about Lagos, yeah?
I don't think that he brought so much for them. In fact, this is the worst outing they probably have ever had against APC. Even though Lagos had always been an AC or AD or ACN or APC state, PDP has always been the bone of contention. They've always had, it's always been. In fact, anybody that looks at those election numbers, other than the presidential election, the state election, it was always APC and PDP. There was everybody else was inconsequential. So I think that it's not a bad idea for saying what they did. It doesn't look good that their governorship candidate left, but the daddy didn't really do a lot of them. So I don't know what is going to pull for the party is going to
if
now.
you look at the results of the PDP in the previous elections, the last two before this one that they had gender on their card, Jimmy Agbaje did fantastically well. Looking at how difficult it was for them to defeat him, he got so many votes. But you see, things have changed. The dynamics changed. The bulk of the people who vote PDP in Lagos are usually from a certain part of Nigeria.
So those were the ones that voted Labour Party.
So this particular time around, they didn't vote.
So
PDP.
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, that their governorship candidate probably did not have as much clout.
That's the PDP's governorship candidate.
He did not have. So him leaving now doesn't really
but you never
do
can tell.
anything
Maybe he was just holding on for the next election.
He didn't really do
and all of
anything
that.
for him. But
And again, the PDP, if you look at them from state to state, there's faction after. In Ogun State, just next door, there's this thing that
Should I
the
be
last
honest?
2 elections in Ogun State, they've more or less not had real candidates. They've not really had candidates.
Should I be honest, or would I say not be honest? My own opinion of that. I think that if they gather themselves together, they probably would go back to being the main opposition in Lagos State.
Why are you just centering on Lagos?
No. I see we're talking about Lagos PDP.
Okay.
They would probably they will go back to being the main opposition in Lagos State. Probably if they settle their rancors and all that, it probably...
You know why they might not?
Why?
The issues that they have is not the problems that they have amongst themselves alone. Like the card carrying members might settle themselves, but their numbers don't come from within. Their numbers have always come from outside.
I agree.
So they might not go back to being that because those numbers might not come back to them.
Two things, yes, I agree with you. It's also understandable, but I also don't think, take for example, the Labour Party would have the same numbers it's garnered.
It's
the
really
last
not
elections.
going to be about party.
So hold on. Like I said, there are quite a number of things that probably moved a lot of people to vote for the Labour Party the last elections in Lagos State. I think that the dynamics have changed a bit, but I also believe that if the PDP can sort themselves out and work hard enough, they might go back to being the main opposition party. I don't see the Labour Party having the same. I don't see the Labour Party.
It's not about Labour.
But that was the people. That was the party that most people voted for.
Okay.
Since they didn't vote for.
I agree.
I'm just saying that they might be able to go back to being the main opposition party, but for defeating APC in Lagos, I think it's going to be very difficult.
It's politics, and anything can still happen.
No, anything can happen.
And
I think it's
everything that
difficult.
has a beginning has an end. You might think that APC is that solid in Lagos, and you just find that one day, when people actually just come together to say, you know what, even not for anything, just for change's sake, we're done.
Yeah,
politics has made people vote along those lines, sentimental lines. In fact, the bulk of the elections you see are driven more by sentiment.
All sentiments.
And at the end of the day, it's not about can the next candidate of the APC be the best? No, it's about this person said this in the past, or this person belongs to this part of Nigeria, or this person is married to this person. Do you understand? Those are things that now determine who becomes what. In this country. And that's why I'm saying that it's too early, and I'm not going to put my neck on it and say PDP might even... this might even be the very end of them. Because at virtually every election point in Lagos, they always suffer major defections. Yeah. One of the top men in APC today, in the government of this APC, this Sanwo-Olu government, was a PDP guy that crossed. He crossed at a vital and crucial time. So don't put your neck out and say the PDP Lagos will get back or they won't get back or anything. Just wait, because there's still time. They need a candidate that will be able to tick more boxes than the ones they had in the past. Forget all the tribal sentiments that will still come back. If you don't have a candidate that balances things, sorry.
It's going to be
you
difficult.
don't think in Yoruba, sorry. You would think in Yoruba. You don't like sorry.
Yeah, we get you.
You need a candidate that cuts across, that's going to be able to reach out and people will be like, you know what? Now that we have seen all these sentiments, now let's now check your
party.
No, your abilities.
Your abilities. Okay, now before we leave all these issues, Justice Obiora Egwatu of Federal High Court in Abuja has now adjourned the suit of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. So she had sued the Senate for the suspension that she got, basically also restraining the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges from investigating her. However, they had suspended the senator for 6 months, and then now the case has now been adjourned till March 25. I know that there's been a lot of talk of people saying that you cannot suspend a lawmaker for more than 14 legislative days and all that. But my question is, if today is just March 10, and she has been suspended since last week, it doesn't mean that the case is just starting. It's just going to start March 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, the 6 months will not be almost done before they finish the case.
Maybe not. You never can tell if the...
But it's going to be way past the 14 legislative days.
Maybe not also.
It's already
how many
by
days
March 25.
In a week, it's just 3 days that these guys work for officially. Most times, when you're talking legislative days now, you're talking about plenary. I'm not saying that they don't work beyond 3 days, but plenary is usually, 2-3 days.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, by the time they're back and forth, it will be more than this.
Or maybe not. If the judiciary, have all the evidence and the prosecution and the defense can quickly, call their cases and close it on time. It maybe not. I still don't like the idea of her being suspended for 6 months. But I like the fact that the laws of the Senate are clear on certain behaviors. A lot of people are being sentimental about it. And I see too many Nigerians talking about someone being a sexual predator or someone that, look, without evidence, you cannot pin anything on
anybody. Exactly.
And she had the chance. I still wonder what, she must have some kind of think tank or a team that works with her. And we're like, what was this strategy?
What was the plan?
You're not talking to any of your colleagues, none of them, but you're talking to a radio station.
It started from the radio station, yeah? And then it was not planned. Right.
They called you out of the blue, it's fine. And you spoke. Because I heard her say, oh, look, I would not have talked, I've not spoken, if it wasn't this particular radio station. Then you went from there, physically now, to a TV station. And all of this just shows that you're more or less waging a media war. But if I was her, I would take my proof about sexual harassment
and go to the courts. Exactly.
And actually deal with this person. Because now, there are things that are being whispered out of the Senate.
Yeah, about...
things that speak to character and other things.
Yeah.
Things that speak to personal aggrandizement.
Oh my God. Now, we're moving on from that.
Allegedly.
English is enough. Your English is enough. Thank you very much. Anyway, just want to put it out there. The federal government had approved 151.9 billion naira for electric buses, tricycles, and charging infrastructure in the Northeast.
Fantastic thing right there. And, we just also need to sound, me now, maybe because of the experience I had at the weekend, and I was speaking to someone about it. Everybody wants to do an EV. Everybody wants the electric vehicles to work because you will spend less. You spend less on fuel, on fossil fuels, and it's good for the environment and all of that. But you know that charging those things are not cheap too.
Yep. Yeah. One is let's balance it too. Let's take
at some point, Dolupo, I'm writing a proposal. This proposal, I'm not hiding it from the world. If you want to steal it or borrow it, it's fine. We are going to set up a...
But can't I charge it in my house?
Please now. I'm still putting out something that will make money for Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians, don't worry.
Okay.
You are going to set up your mobile charging companies. And you will park at different parts of Nigeria. On Lagos-Ibadan Express, on Third Mainland Bridge, with your generator inside your car. Inside your own... Inside your CNG or petrol-driven car. Respect yourself. So when the car just says and it just stops on Third Mainland, you just pull up, you put your generator and charge the car. And you charge there, 30 minutes charging.
What's the generator running on?
Petrol now.
Wow.
Or CNG. Look at
Wow. Or diesel.
Either way.
Oh wow.
Fossil fuels.
Yeah, you that easily to charge.
Is it not better?
Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's your problem. Maybe they want to drive electronic vehicle.
But that's it.
You want to drive electronic vehicle, Band-Aid is not Band-Aid.
I was going to say
You want to
that.
drive electronic
Can't
vehicle.
I do it in my house? But Band-Aid is very
charging
expensive.
port that they put in VI. One bank put it there. It's not free, oh.
It's not free.
Sorry about you.
It's not free.
Do you have an electric vehicle, or do you have a friend that has electric vehicle that had to go and use it on Saturday? I mention no names. What are you talking about?
Wait.
Now,
So it's not free.
electric vehicle in Nigeria is like people carrying their phones about. Have you not noticed? As soon as you get somewhere, you just charge. Please, I want to charge my phone. I want to charge my power bank. I want to charge my laptop. Some people, like when you see them carry their backpack like this, it's what they want to use to work the next day. They are remote workers.
So hold on.
So they will charge their
so
lamp.
It's not free.
Their fan.
Like how much is it?
Kiniko KVA per Kiniko KVA. I'm telling you, my friend. Please keep your EV for now. Until charging ports are free everywhere. That's why I say, you think, Dolupo, you see, you are underestimating my business acumen in this country.
What did I do now?
When a bank is charging Kiniko 1,000 Kiniko KVA, me, I'll just bring generator there and say, hey, alright, hello. 30 minutes charging. Back when our business, all these cars, we go to all these parties now. Everybody that has EV, you just go there.
So Image James just called us. I think. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can get him back.
Oh yeah, you know.
Let me try and see if I can.
Getting EV or not getting EV is not the issue. Everybody, in fact, everybody can buy EV now. It's the charging.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get him. Hello, sir.
Hello, ṣé ẹ ti parí sí program ni?
No, we're
you're
still on.
you're live,
You're
sir.
live, sir. Good evening.
Ẹ wo. Now, listen carefully. First of all, let me thank you for making it possible for some of us to express ourselves properly. That typing on thing was a bit troublesome.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm listening to Dolupo. I expect that Dolupo should stand firmly behind a woman. I am pro-women. I believe strongly that what was done to Natasha was premeditated, was biased, and it was very, very gender insensitive. Now, let me explain it. I'm a legal mind. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a legal mind.
Yes, sir.
I've looked at the case. I've looked at the order. Okay? That order that this lady was reading, if you heard Akpabio under his breath, he was asking for her suspension already. Who does that? Who does that? You are still sitting as an arbiter in a case that is involving you.
Mm-hmm.
I said that last week.
Now, this lady, and let's just make it clear. This lady is, everybody harasses this lady because she's pretty. She's from Kogi State. My wife is Kogi. I know the story I've heard, how she has resisted a lot of men. How they have, tried to, and this lady is a fighter. I'm not a PDP person. You know that I'm obedient from head to toe.
Yes, sir.
Okay? By the way, I heard you talking about Labour Party, opposition or no party. Labour Party is inconsequential. It is where Obi goes that will become opposition or the party in Lagos.
I said that.
It's as simple as that. So now, back to Natasha. The point I am making here, yes, the Constitution grants the Senate the privilege to make their own rules. But the Constitution is also if your rule runs contrary to this Constitution, it becomes null, void, ultra-virus, and of no effect, ab initio. And so, if you are making a law that does not allow somebody to defend himself, ab initio, that law is inconsequential. True. If you are going to change seats, I was listening to Shomole. They sent notes to all of them that they had changed their seats and accepted it. They didn't send note to Natasha. They wanted to embarrass her. So she reacted. And they have been doing that to her for a long time. and she didn't just talk. She just kept quiet. She just kept quiet. This time around, she got to a place, it got to the head, and she reacted. She's a human being, for God's sake.
She reacted wrongly, though. She reacted wrongly.
Yeah. Well,
you're a legal mind. You're a legal mind, sir. So she reacted wrongly. There should be no bots.
When we have problems with
there should be no bots.
Sorry,
there.
when we have problems with our wives at home, we always say, she's a woman, you should be calm, you should be careful. Why are they not calm this time around? Why didn't they say she's a woman now?
It's two different scenarios.
Sir, I was going to say, when you said that about women, and I think that anybody that knows me knows that it's not about, let's remove the gender issues from it. And why I said so is because a lot of times when we attach gender to some of these things, it makes us belittle the main issue itself. And the point is, if you want to you're a senator and you want to be on the same pedestal with men, then let us do things the same way. That way, it doesn't look like you are being given, there's a favoritism or anything involved. And like I said, I think on the show last week, I said that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. You cannot categorically say that the Senate president did what he did if you do not have evidence. However, even if you are going to do it and you're going to accuse him, he is the Senate president. You have to come correct. Funny enough, that's my number one issue with her. If I'm going to fight somebody, I'm going to come correct. You cannot break the laws of the house, saying that they broke the laws of the house. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Then apply sentiments to it.
Worst case, you are in the disadvantage. That's my point. If we're going to fight it with do it on the right side. If we go back if we move this to the issue of River State, till tomorrow, we've always said it at the bar, that the main issue Governor Fubara had was that he did not do things by the law. Mm-hmm. So the minute you don't do it by the law, you already put yourself at a disadvantage. Yep. And that's it for me.
Okay. Dolupo, hear me. I get you. I get what you are saying, and you are right in some way. But hear me. In every situation, you must give space for the human emotion. You must give space for the human emotion.
Does the law recognize emotion, sir?
Number one, the law does not recognize emotion. Number two, you are in a house fighting 105 men to 4 women. Nah. You have to come correct.
That is why, listen, the law does. The law recognizes emotion. That's why the law recognizes intent. That's why the law recognizes intent. Intent is emotion. Yeah. So my position here strongly is that, yes, I've not even talked about the sexual harassment matter. I've not talked about it. I am talking about what happened on the floor.
Yeah.
We were listening. We listened to it. Akpabio Abinishio from day one had planned that she must be suspended. She said it under his breath when the lady was talking.
And she gave him perfect reason for her to get suspended. That's my issue.
Look, we don't have to give you a reason to be wrong. No, we don't have to give you a reason to be wrong.
But sir, you agree that she went ahead. She went within the wrong way.
Listen, Akpabio is my brother. Akpabio is my brother. I'm a Kwaibomo.
Sentiments again, sir.
But no, listen.
That's sentiments again. So we're talking
naturally.
You being a legal mind.
So naturally, please hear me.
Yes,
so
sir.
that we don't break.
Yes, sir.
In the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm saying that Akpabio is my brother, and I've said that, advisedly, because that means that naturally, the Nigerian factor, I should be supporting him. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, but I'm not doing that. I am looking at the facts of the case, which I saw, not the one that I was told. Under his breath, when the lady was reacting, he was saying, suspend her. She must be suspended.
Yeah.
How can you do that?
But then, she now gave them perfect ammunition for her to get suspended.
No. Dolupo, please now. No, Dolupo, please. I just told you that in law, the issue of intent is admissible. And so the intent of what she reacted is admissible in law.
Okay, can I ask you something, sir? Based on this, can I ask you something? So you're saying that
Yes.
she can actually go to court.
Mumugari,
She can actually say this in court, and and the judge will look the other way. Is that what you're saying, sir?
okay. Now, let's now come to the brass tacks. Let's come to the brass tacks. Listen.
You didn't answer that question,
This
sir.
lady raised out. I heard you clearly.
Yes, sir.
But I want us to come to the brass tacks so that we can put this in perspective.
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and
Okay.
clear. The whole world can hear you.
Now, the point I'm making is that this lady was not informed. It was when she got there that the sergeant at arm told her that she has to move. That's wrong ab initio. She should be informed. She's
Okay,
a
sir.
senator.
Do you also know that
Elected
this
by a
statement you
federal
made?
district.
Okay, sir. Do you know that this statement you made also has been countered by at least 2 senators? Do you know that too?
Those
was
senators,
informed.
listen,
Sir,
those
please.
senators, when they get to court, Natasha has said
Uh-huh.
that the internet does not lie. When they get to court, they're going to check her email so that we will see when the report came to her.
Exactly. So until we get to that point, because this is
So the
reported
point I'm making is
speech.
that
Yes,
all,
sir.
all of them are grandstanding. They are
Exactly.
all in cahoot, trying to protect the Senate that they themselves have
Sir,
brought under disrepute.
You know, the funny thing is that I don't even doubt that. What my own issue is, if you already think that you are at a disadvantage and these people are after you, the least you can do is do things correctly. That way, by the time we get to court, you would have, because right now, all the Senate Ethics Committee is standing on is the fact that she broke House rules, which did she or not? She did.
The Senate, sorry, ma. The Senate Ethics Committee is wrong ab initio. I listened to Senator Ogulewe this morning, and he confirmed my understanding of the rules. I have not been to the Senate, but because I am a political pastor, I am reading all things. I want to know everything about politics.
Okay,
Today,
well,
I told some people that politicians are not the problems of Nigeria, that the populace are the problem of Nigeria. Politicians are actually victims of the populace. But that is a case another day. Now, hear me, and I want you to hear me clearly. Okay? See, if you did not inform that lady, if you had informed her and she got that information, and she came there reacting, I will not support her. But you did not inform her. She said she will get to court, and the internet does not lie. They will show her email and her this so that they can see, and then they can see those. That day, are you aware that it was when she had gotten to the floor that they went to sign for the thing in her office?
Okay,
They went to sign that they have changed this thing. Look, when they get to court, you will see some of us who are human rights activists. We have delved into this matter because we want to know the facts.
yeah, I think that's
and
it.
So again, sir, I think we need to round up on that particular topic. So you can still just bring it home, so that we're not back and forth.
Okay. My position is that the shameless Labour Party head of the Ethics and Privileges had recommended that workers whom he is supposed to represent, who were not the one who went wrong, should not be paid their salary. Is that a Labour Party candidate? Look, anyway, I don't want to go there because we are addressing, the opinions are addressing all that. We will not have rubbish. We will not have rubbish representing us anymore. Okay? The point I'm trying to make here is that, look, things were not properly followed. This girl has been victimized. She has been victimized, and they knew that she's a fighter, that she will fight.
Okay,
So
sir.
they pushed her.
So that's your position.
So we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sure you can still listen to us, so that we don't go back and forth. But if you still want to call back about any of these things, it's fine. We would love that. So what?
Yes. Let's listen to the next topic.
Yes, sir. So,
Sorry, before you go to the next topic, sir.
yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Wait,
Before you go to the next topic, listen, I strongly believe, I told you before that Fubara is wrong in that matter. Now, the Supreme Court have said that Fubara is wrong. And some people are trying to rewrite history. They are trying to use. I listened to Chidi Odinkalu. I love him. He's a beautiful legal mind, but he's sentimental. The Supreme Court passed a proper judgment that we all have been saying is the right thing. I don't like Wike, but Wike was on the path of truth. That is the truth. You cannot declare the House. You cannot declare the House. You cannot declare the House of Assembly null and void. It is the responsibility of the Speaker. And the Speaker was part of those who allegedly declared. And so he is the one who can declare them. And if he cannot, then it will now be rested on the position of the court to do it. Not 3-man committee headed by Okojumbo. That's a joke. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So for me, again, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Natasha Akpoti has to go to court to get judgment. Maybe they are biased or not is in the court that she will, and she must provide proof.
She definitely was.
If the video that shows that it was premeditated is tendered in court and accepted, she has a good case. If she can prove that the Senate president did preposition her and this is the voice or video recording or whatever way, the bottom line is that I said it and I'll say it again, prove it so that all of us can come for the guy.
Yeah.
But I am not going to go because of sentiment or because she's a woman, because she's in the opposition. I am not going to go on that. We are never moved by sentiments at the bar. Never, ever, ever. So if you take time to listen to the things we say, and you know the good thing about it is that go and check old episodes. We always come out right because we are guided by the law.
The law. Actually, we're literally out of time, but just want to put it out there. People need to be careful this time. You need to stay hydrated because the Nigerian Meteorological Agency had said that there are places in Nigeria. We know that the temperature has really been high. Mm-hmm. They're saying that we're going to be seeing temperatures for as between 36 degrees to about 42 degrees centigrade in the north and about 34 to up to about 39 degrees centigrade in the south.
Wow.
So, yes, I'm sure a lot of people have been seeing the kind of heat that has been happening. Yeah. But brace yourselves because it's not going anywhere.
Drink water, man. Drink lots of water.
You definitely need to.
And if you can afford to buy rechargeable fans and all of that, please go ahead. Stay safe out there,
As
people.
Lagos State, Ikeja Electric
Band
has
A
announced
is not Band A.
Eco Electric has announced, looks like it's a Lagos State issue. Band A is not Band A. Anyway, on that note, that is all we have to take today on The Bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, sir, for the call. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of The Boom Bar. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. Peace.